All right, welcome to Game 3 of the Altitude Team Liquid StarCraft 2 Open. This is our second semifinal between Strelok and Tarson. We had Tarson winning game number 1, coming back, and then Strelok coming back in game number 2, leaving it all down to here. And one of these players will advance on to face Select in a best-of-5 final, TVT. I mean, Terrans across the world are just being electrified by this match right now. So thank you to all the organizers and admins who helped make this possible, and, of course, Nimbly Games. And don't forget to check out altitudegame.com as well. I'm DJ Wheat. This is Chill. Game 3 countdown. Are you ready, Chill? Here we go.
Let's do this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so this is the second semifinal in the Altitude TL SC2 Open. Game number 3 between Mouse Strelok, who spawned as the Blue Terran at the 6 o'clock position on Lost Temple, and Tarson, who spawned as the Red Terran on the 9 o'clock position. This is going to be Tarson's map. So looks like he's decided he's comfortable with Lost Temple in the Terran versus Terran matchup.
You know, interesting right off the bat, we talk about positioning and where these guys are at. And, again, we're almost in a scrap station-esque scenario where we've got a very, very close fly distance. So, you know, some of the strategies even that they are trying to deploy on scrap station, we may see right here as soon as they find out just how close they are to each other. Now, there was one thing I wanted to mention and ask about Game 2 is I still never figured out what the role of that Raven was. I really did not see it do anything at any given time. Maybe I missed a turret somewhere in there, but did you ever catch what that thing was doing?
Well, the Raven can shut down Vikings very easily. It lays down the point defense drone, and every Viking attack just gets nullified.
But did you see one?
So, yeah, there was. He was using it almost every time. Actually, he was getting a lot of efficiency out of that. So, if your opponent tries to take control of the air with too many Vikings, you can shut it down with a single Raven. You put that down, and then you use your Raven to give vision, and you know, you've invested more money in your ground army, and he's put too much money in his air army, which is just being negated there. He also threw down a few turrets beside the tanks to try to take out the siege tanks, but it wasn't too effective in that match.
And I am a new. I never play Terran. I only play against Terran, so I only know all the bad things that they can do to me. So here we got the scouts going out for both sides. Strelok, he's going counterclockwise, and his opponent goes clockwise, and they are just locked into their ways. But as a result, they're going to scout each other last. Of course, we could see him pass right here and get some sort of indication. Same time, we've got Orbital coming up for both players right now, and the first Marine about to pop as well.
I just want to take this kind of lull to talk about the difference between these positions and what we had on Scrap Station. So the absolute rush distance, or the starting rush distance on Scrap Station, is really long, but once you break down those rocks, it becomes really short. We don't have that opportunity on Lost Temple, right? There's nothing that can really quicken this rush distance, so we're stuck at this ground distance all game. So that may mean that as we go into the later game, it's going to be a more drawn-out game. Also, just the way Scrap Station is set up, once you get choked off, there's not a lot of other options you have other than counter-dropping. You can't really take another base because your access to all your bases has been shut down, which is not true here on Lost Temple. There's a lot of there's the 2 islands, and there's also access to the 12 and 3 o'clock bases, as well as these easy golds. So if there was going to be a longer game, it'll probably be on these positions on Lost Temple.
Yeah, we do have Command Center coming out here for Tarson right away. First Marines moving forward from Strelok. He is going to finally hunt down this SCV and take it out that was chilling at the Zelnaga Tower. Now, where Tarson chose to go with the reactor on his barracks and is just now dropping his factory, we saw the factory come up with the tech lab, and now it is going to move over. And I assume that probably we're going to see the starport move over. But a little bit of deviation here as he's now going to move forward, bunker down at the expansion for Tarson as he's getting ready to drop that command center. But I don't see any push really looking to happen right now. So I know that intelligence will be the key here for next. Banshee pretty early coming out here for Strelok. and he's only got a few Marines to sort of append his army.
Yeah, this is kind of the patented Banshee rush. You go Cloak and Banshee, and you hope they don't have anything to defend it, and try to take out a lot of SCVs. The unfortunate thing here is Tarson has taken his expansion really quickly, and he's gotten this reactor onto his barracks. So he's going to be pumping out a lot of Marines, and he's going to have 2 orbitals with access to scan. So it may be easy for him to clean up. It's gonna come down to micro. How well Strelok can control this Banshee, and it's going to come down to if Tarson kind of freaks out and puts a bad scan out, then he's going to be in a lot of trouble. But if he holds off, he should be all right in this position.
And there he goes, but they will be seen. I guess that one supply depot is going to save his ass, and he's just going to scoop micro this guy all the way around, taking a little bit of damage from the Marines. There was one out there, and I can't even see the Elfar, but he's down to just 8 points of health. He's going to stop that engineering bay from being built. No, he's not. He doesn't want to give up the Banshee, and he manages to get away with just H8P. So very low on hit points there. Salvage on the bunker. He's going to come back in, and he did not leave that one Marine here, but there's the scan. Here comes the Viking, and it's a done deal, but quite a few workers lost there. He's already down to 21 to 29 here on this expansion that's about ready to finish for Strelok.
Here comes the second Banshee cloaked in. Tarson looks like he smelled that it was coming. He's moved his army back, but wow, Strelok smartly moves around, and he's going to harass the gas SCVs. Viking out now. Tarson trying to find the right time when he should scan. Does he have a scan? Yes, he does. He just doesn't want to waste it. A lot of weaker players will put that scan off, but there goes the scan. He's got to take this out. No, and that's really what he did not want to happen. Wasting the scan. It's out of energy, though, so this this Viking might be able to track it down. No, looks like the Banshee's going to get home. And what I like about Strelok is that he has a follow-up plan here, and kind of an economic follow-up here. He's got the expansion up, going orbital, transitioning, putting down a second barracks, and getting his add-ons to the barracks. It's not like, I go Cloak Banshee, it doesn't kill you, I lose. That's not what we expect to see out of these good players. They've got to transition out of it. And looking at the Harvesters, I mean, he got the better of it. Even though Tarson had that expansion down super quick, he's fallen behind in both the income and the Harvester count.
Wow, I don't know if he realized it, but Tarson losing a Viking right there as we see these Marines move forward in a perfect concave there to take out one. This other one will go away unscathed, and sorry about that little blip there. He's going to meet back up with another Viking. Here we've got another Banshee going over, so this could be his last attempt. I think they completely passed it. He fires at the factory there, and then will drop those gas SCVs and immediately move away. Of course, you're always going to be at risk if you just send that Banshee over right off of the right as it comes out of the starport. It's not going to have much energy anyway, and of course Tarson knows that, so he's just going to go ahead and wait for it to pop, and there it is. But he's not being active. The other 2 Vikings will get it, and that'll be it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Strelok transitions out of this. He's swapped the reactor with the tech lab, so the tech lab now on the barracks and reactor on the starport, but he is way behind in the Viking count here. Tarson already up to 4 Vikings, now going up to 6 Vikings actually, and Strelok with not even a single Viking and nothing coming out of his starport. So I don't know if he's going to switch over to Marauder Thor or just stick with Marauder Tank. No, he's actually producing Vikings. It's really difficult to come back once you get behind in the Viking count, to come back in the Viking count, because they produce at the same rate. So as long as your opponent continues with Vikings, you'll never catch up. So that's going to be a bit of a difficult situation for Strelok, but he's ahead in the income. He has more options, so maybe he can put out more of a ground army, and then once he wins the first battle, get his Viking count down. And this Banshee, actually in the natural, still bothering Tarson, still killing some units, and he realizes it's running out of energy, so he's just going to fly it out, decloak it, and probably bring it back later.
Yeah, and he stopped this gold command center from going up. He was able to kill the SCV, and then the second SCV that was sent to hopefully repair that. And we are going to see a scan here pretty much revealing the entire army of Tarson. And that's